Hello everybody, I'm Cobblestone20 and today I have something pretty cool to show you guys. So, for map makers, adding custom foods to the game without, MC Edit or mods or texture packs or any of that has actually, it's actually been quite a challenge. But I have basically discovered a way that makes it really quite easy. So, I'll just grab each of the four foods. We've got tacos, burgers, pancakes, and beans. So, and then we've got splash potions of hunger just for demonstration purposes. So, I'm going to go into adventure mode. So, actually my hunger's already pretty low. I'll just get it down to 0. Get it down to 0. There we are. So, no hunger. We're starting to die of hunger. Now all we need to do is, for example, eat this taco, and we've got a couple of our hunger bar things greater. So we can just eat all of these custom foods, and so as you can see, the burger replenishes quite a bit more than the taco. So I'll just splash another couple of potions down, and then the beans is like the taco, it doesn't do much, whereas the pancakes does do a lot. So basically, it is a customizable amount of hunger regeneration on any specific food. So you could make eating a cookie just regenerates like half a hunger bar, whereas eating, I don't know, like some kind of larger meal, like a whole chicken or like some kind of massive pumpkin or something, that will regenerate more. So it's basically like, it's highly customizable, and I am just going to go into creative mode to show you how it all works. Okay, so I'll start with the splash potions of hunger, because as you know, they're not in vanilla, and they look like the splash potion of leaping, and they give you hunger 100 for 1 second. So if we just take a look into the command block right here. So we've got /give the nearest player a potion, 5 of them. Now 16,427. That is just the ID of a splash potion of leaping, because that's what we want it to look like. But it doesn't actually give the leaping effect. I'll explain that in a moment. So its display name is Splash Potion of Hunger, and its custom potion effect ID of the ID 17, level 100, so you can get healing 5. This is hunger 100. ID 17 is hunger, by the way. Yeah, Amplifier 100, duration 30. That actually is 1 second, I think. And so yeah, when triggered, this command block just gives you 5 splash potions of hunger. Now, let's move on to the giving of the foodstuffs. So, I might just, briefly go over each separate one, but the first one, give the nearest player a skull, so that's like a player head. One of them, ID 3, so if we just go into our decoration blocks menu, you can see this is a skeleton skull, and it says hashtag 0397, that's the ID, /0. That's because its damage value 0. This is the wither skull is the wither skull is 1, the zombie skull is 2, and the player skull is 3. So we're actually giving it of the third damage value. The owner of the skull is Crunchy Taco 34. That is just a random guy whose skin is a taco. You can insert any name you want here, but yeah, no, the taco is actually Crunchy Taco's head, but his head looks like a taco, and its display name is taco. So all the other commands work similarly. So similar. This person, same. The entire command is the same, except it's owned by a person called Food, which is a burger, and the display name is Burger. This one is owned by Weed_Pancakes, and display name is Pancakes, and this one is owned by FlabbenBaggen, and the display name is can of beans. So that is basically the giving part of it, part of the system. But the actual, you know, the actual stuff that works, all the more complex command blocks, I've actually separated into 2 parts, and both of these 2 parts are only using 2 scoreboard objectives. So I'm just gonna list those scoreboard objectives. So we've got minorFood, which is a type of dummy, and majorFood, which is also a dummy. So I will start on this side of the system, the orange part, and each of these clocks refers to a different one. This one refers to majorFood, and this clock manages the minorFood. So basically, when we eat one of these custom foods, we get an effect of saturation 2 for like a very, very small amount of time, but then when we eat, for example, a burger, we get it for a slightly longer amount of time, like ever so slightly. And that's because we're repeatedly giving an effect to all entities whose majorFood score of minimum is 0. So basically, that is 0 or above, and we're affecting them with effect number 23, which is saturation, that regenerates your hunger. And then we're giving it to you for 5 seconds and level 1. And true, that's ambient. That's just saying ambient is true. So when you do actually drink it, then when you do eat the food, particles won't come out of you and be all potion-y and stuff. So how do you get a score of 0 or greater? Well, basically, all these 3 command blocks are activating at the exact same time, because this is setting a block above it to air, and this is setting the block below it to redstone. So this block is repeatedly getting replaced here. I'm trying to punch it out. I can't actually, though, because it's just repeatedly being changed, and it's just a fast clock. So as you would expect, all of these command blocks are triggering at the exact same time. So everyone is losing 1 score of majorFood, right? We're all getting majorFood removed by 1. But we're also replacing the item of all entities whose majorFood score minimum is 0, and then we're replacing this armor head slot with air. So that's why when you, for example, eat the food, it actually gets deleted from your head slot. And which one is it that is actually right? Ah, yes, I see. So the thing is, you can't actually get a score of 0 because your scoreboard is just going down and down and down. If I just set it to show on the side, everyone's scores are just super low. And then the moment I eat a taco, I just eat it and my score goes back to 0, and then I drop down the list because it goes down again. So the exact same thing happens over here with minorFood. So it's all the same except for this block, which rather than 5 seconds, we're doing it, or 5, I think it's ticks, we're doing it for 1. So this is minorFood, so obviously it's going to happen for a lot shorter time. So how, like, there's no way to get a score in minor or majorFood, but there actually is. That is what these blocks over here do. So this operates basically all of these are on time, or on the really fast clock still, but what this is doing is it's repeatedly setting everyone's major food score to 1, as long as their slot 103B in their inventory, that means your head slot, has a Minecraft skull in it, and that must be called Pancakes. Then those people get a score of 1. But then again, at the same time, they're losing a score. So basically, if you wear the pancake thing, you have a score of 0 until it gets removed, which is instantly. So for 1 tick, you will have a score of 0, which will give you the saturation effect. And this same, I suppose, rule goes for as well the skull that's called burger, and the skull that's called taco, and the skull that's called can of beans. And basically, that is this system in a nutshell. It is easily customizable, and it's like heavily multi-purpose. You don't need to make it custom foods. You could make it anything, but I've just made it custom foods because that's actually been a really quite a difficult thing to accomplish in the past. But yeah, it's a great system. If you use it, then, you know, just like mention me in your comment section or whatever, because, you know, all the support is really appreciated. And, you know, like, comment, favorite, subscribe, all that is really great, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!